Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Hallmark premieres Aurora Teagarden Mysteries, Death at the Diner. All the details. Hallmark Mystery is premiering the third Aurora Teagarden Mysteries prequel, Death at the Diner. This stars Skylar Samuels, Avon Roderick, Marilu Henner, and Steve Bassick. The logline is Hot Eats, Cold Murder. This third prequel includes another Hallmark favorite, Kimberly Susted. Here are all the details, including the linear premiere date. Hallmark Mystery is premiering the prequel, Aurora Teagarden Mysteries, Death at the Diner. What is this movie about? According to the synopsis, Aurora is working as a teacher's assistant by day and at the diner by night. She is trying to make ends meet and figure out her next step in life. One thing she is enjoying is time with her wonderful boyfriend Daniel. He enjoys helping her sleuth. All in all, he is a fantastic boyfriend. Daniel is also a fantastic chef. However, Aurora's life spins out of control when the owner of the diner dies. Moreover, her guy is the #1 suspect. The police believe he has the most motive. Unfortunately, Aurora also has to wonder if perhaps she had things all wrong. Aurora is determined to figure out who is responsible for the owner's murder. What makes the situation more stressful is that Detective Cook is determined to book Daniel and call it a day. That is because his ex-wife Larissa Morse is also his boss. He is not following the evidence. The detective is more concerned about his ex's approval. As Aurora starts to put together the list of suspects, she finds many with a motive to murder. However, she needs evidence. She has to use all of her knowledge and intuition to solve this complicated and emotional case. Most of all, she needs Arthur's help. Arthur is torn between helping his friend and keeping his boss happy. This is a delicate balance that foreshadows the kind of detective he will eventually become. While he trusts Aurora's intuition and book smarts, he is pushed to move on from this case. Soon, Aurora and her mother, Ada, unexpectedly find the clue. But their lives may soon be in danger for knowing too much. What is the premiere of Aurora Teagarden Mysteries, Death at the Diner? The premiere of Aurora Teagarden Mysteries, Death at the Diner is on Thursday, July 10 at 8 p.m. Eastern on Hallmark Mystery. In addition, this third mystery in the prequel series is already streaming on Hallmark Plus. Hallmark Plus offers the entire mystery collection, including the original with Candace Cameron Bure. There are 18 Aurora Teagarden Mysteries starring Candace Cameron Bure. In addition, there are now 3 prequels to the mystery that star Skylar Samuels. All 21 mysteries, which include Marilu Henner, are now available to stream on Hallmark Plus. Sleuthers who want to watch all can have quite a film fest. The sleepy town of Lawrencetown was about to be rocked once again. Hallmark Movies and Mysteries premiered its latest installment in the beloved Aurora Teagarden Mysteries franchise, Death at the Diner. This cozy mystery doesn't just serve up hash browns and heartwarming moments. It dishes out a full plate of suspense, secrets, and small-town sleuthing. Aurora Teagarden, Skylar Samuels, stepping confidently into the role once made famous by Candace Cameron Bure, is back. And though she's left behind her library days for a quieter life, mysteries keep finding her like a moth to the flame. Now newly married and attempting to settle into domestic life, Aurora's plans for a quiet weekend are shattered when a body turns up behind Mel's Diner, a beloved local landmark known for its retro jukebox, endless coffee, and signature cherry pie. The victim, none other than Harold Prescott, the town's grumpy real estate developer and frequent diner curmudgeon, who was found face down in a plate of pancakes behind the building during the breakfast rush. And just like that, Lawrencetown has another murder to unravel. The film opens with a charming montage of the diner in its full retro glory. Waitresses in powder blue uniforms bustle between booths. Locals sip coffee and trade gossip, while Mel, the owner, flips pancakes on the griddle with the confidence of someone who's seen everything. Until now. When Ro arrives for her usual Saturday brunch with her mother, Ida, Marilu Henner, she senses something's off. The town is buzzing, and not just from caffeine. Soon, a scream pierces the air as a line cook discovers Harold's body behind the dumpster. The police arrive within minutes. Detective Arthur Smith, Even Roderick, steps onto the scene, not at all surprised to see Ro already sniffing around for clues. Despite promising her husband she'd steer clear of investigations, Ro can't resist the pull of a new puzzle, especially when she overhears Mel whispering something about a fight swarming with suspects. There's Mel, of course, loyal to her business but fiercely protective of her staff. There's Tina, the waitress who was recently passed over for a raise and was seen arguing with Harold just days before. There's Graham, a short-order cook with a mysterious past and a bruised knuckle that's hard to explain. And then there's Betty Lynn, the town's nosiest gossip columnist, who seems to know more than she should about Harold's final hours. Aurora dusts off her true crime club instincts and enlists the help of her old friends. Sally, Lexadug, is back in town for a journalism conference, and Ro's best friend Philip is eager to dive into another case, even if he's supposed to be helping plan Ro's upcoming birthday party. As Ro interviews the diner's regulars, she uncovers a web of secrets tangled tighter than the Christmas lights at Ida's annual holiday gala. Turns out Harold Prescott wasn't just a rude customer. He was also planning to tear down Mel's diner and replace it with a modern strip mall. He had quietly acquired the land rights and had already served Mel with an eviction notice. Motives are stacking up like pancakes. But it's not until Ro discovers an old photo tucked inside the jukebox that things start to click. The photo shows a much younger Mel, Harold, and an unknown man in front of the diner, back when it was first opened. The smiles in the photo are genuine, but also strained. Ro knows that look. Something went wrong between them long before Harold ever filed papers. With the help of Sally, Ro uncovers an old court record. Years ago, Mel and Harold were business partners, and possibly more, before a heated legal battle drove them apart. Mel won the diner. Harold held a grudge, and now he's dead. Just when Ro thinks she has her culprit, Mel, caught in a spiral of desperation to save the place she loved, another twist hits the griddle. Security footage reveals someone in a diner uniform slipping something into Harold's coffee. The figure moves like Tina. But when Tina is arrested, Ro isn't convinced. The evidence feels too clean, too obvious. That's when a nighttime break-in at Mel's diner leads Ro to the basement, where she discovers a hidden stash of old documents, including a second, unsigned version of the property deed. Harold never had the legal right to the diner after all. Someone forged the recent paperwork. And that someone, Betty Lynn. The town gossip wasn't just chronicling scandal, she was trying to create it. Turns out Betty had secretly invested in Harold's development scheme, hoping to revive her failing newspaper with stories of the town's modern renaissance. When Harold threatened to back out of the deal, she panicked and poisoned his coffee using a sugar packet laced with a rare herb known for causing cardiac arrest. Ro confronts Betty of the diner during the weekly trivia night. And with the town gathered around for milkshakes and memories, the truth finally comes out. Death at the diner ends with justice served in pancakes back on the griddle. Mel reopens the diner with the support of the town, grateful to Ro for clearing her name. Tynett is reinstated, the cook gets help for his troubled past, and even Betty, though facing consequences, gets a moment of redemption when she hands Ro the final scoop. A recipe card left behind by Harold, titled Second Chances Pie. In a touching final scene, Rose sits at the counter, fork in hand, as Mel slides a warm slice of cherry pie her way. To old friends, Mel says, "And second chances." Rose smiles. Only in Lawrencetown. Hallmark's Aurora Teagarden Mysteries. Death at the Diner blends nostalgic charm, culinary comfort, and razor-sharp intuition in one satisfying bite of a mystery. Fans of the franchise will savor every clue, every twist, and every heartwarming moment.